Hi guys, I'm Kaz. I own Labour Faith Coaching Services and I help clients to be their best version. Today is part 3 of my 7-part series into the kybalion, into the 7 hermetic principles. I would suggest watching the first and second one if you haven't already before watching this one. The first one that we discussed was the principle of mentalism, which basically stated that the all is mind and that the universe is mental. And how we relate that in coaching terms is that what the thought processes always come before the reality. So in order to change our reality, we need to first change our thought processes, because all is mental. Everything first comes from thought, comes from mind. The second one that we discussed was the principle of correspondence, which is as above, so below. And how we relate this to coaching is, again, because everything is mental. My cat, Baxter, no, don't do that on the couch, sorry. Because all is mental, there is a correspondence between what is going on in our mental world, between what is going on in the physical realm. Because of the planes of correspondence that exist, the plane of spirit is the highest. Then, well, not the highest, but there's the plane of spirit, there's the plane of mental, and then there's the plane of physical. So because the plane of mental is kind of higher, in order to effect change on the physical, we need to effect change on the mental first, as above, so below. In today's kind of lesson, we're going to go into the principle of vibration. This one, my clients should know all about. The principle of vibration basically states that everything is in motion, nothing rests, everything vibrates. The stuff on quantum physics is drawn the conclusion that everything at the subatomic level is vibrating, and states of matter are just particles vibrating at a certain rate of speed. So the science is coming to this sort of what was ancient knowledge, but the ancients obviously had a grasp on this before. And what it's saying is that because everything vibrates, the higher the rate of vibration, in coaching terms, the higher the rate of vibration, the better kind of you're going to get from the world. So how I describe this in coaching is, there is a scale of emotions. There's the highest of the emotions, which is unconditional love, and then there's the lowest of the emotions, which is like fear and despair. And each of those emotions vibrates at a certain rate of frequency. It's Abraham Hicks, I'll post a link to this below. It's Abraham Hicks's emotional scale. It's kind of like a levels of consciousness. So it gives us an example of exactly where we're vibrating. So feelings of boredom are kind of midway. So they're vibrating in kind of the middle, and unconditional love, joy, acceptance, all of that is quite a high vibration. And every issue that we have in our life, if say for instance that a client has an issue with money, and I ask them how they feel about their situation with money, they will give me loads of words and emotions, such as they feel unempowered, or they feel scared that they're going to lose everything. That feeling about money is very low down on the vibrational scale. And so because all is mental, and because as above, so below, in order to get what we want, we need to raise our vibrational set point. So the feelings that we have around anything, those feelings are where we are vibrating. And in order to get what we want, so if you imagine having £1 million, that feels awesome, doesn't it? So if it feels awesome, where's it at on the scale? If you look around and you feel like you have no money and you feel like you can't feed your children, how does that feel? That feels really shit, doesn't it? So you're vibrating down there. And what we are doing as people are running around trying to sort of change the outer. Again, because all is mental, we need to change the inner first. And because of correspondence, because as above, so below, because as within, so without, in order to get what we want from the without, we need to change our vibrational set point. Nothing rests, everything vibrates. To get what we want, we need to vibrate at a higher level. The better the emotion, the quicker you're vibrating, the better you will attract from this matrix. This matrix is kind of a game where what we put out, we're sort of getting back. It's a mirroring type sort of learning system. So if we put out negative stuff, if we're vibrating at a shitty level, we're going to get that back. So in order to do anything, in order to change the outer, in order to get any situation resolved, made better, anything that you want, you have to change where you're vibrating on that subject. The higher the vibration. So you've got to change how you feel about things. You've got to, instead of worrying about money, it's starting to imagine having money. It's about tricking your subconscious. Again, that's a different video, but it's about tricking your subconscious and vibrating at a high rate so that you will get the best back rather than the worst. It says in the kybalion that he who grasps the principle of vibration has kind of the scepter of power, and that is very, very true. You can't get from there to there. You can't get more money in your life. You can't get the perfect partner if you have feelings and emotions, because feelings and emotions and thoughts and actions and every deed and everything that we say and do is a vibration that we're putting out there. So to get better back, we have to vibrate better. And where do we vibrate better? We vibrate better in our minds, because all is mental, and then as above, so below, it will seep into the outer, and then it will be confirmed back, because as above, so below. But in order to do that, we need to change our vibrational set point. So an understanding of where your what vibrational set points are. Abraham Hicks' work's really, really good for this. So is Aaron Doghety. Aaron Doghety does how to raise your vibrational set point. You can also, anything that makes you feel better than you did before is raising your vibrational set point. It doesn't have to be on a specific issue. If you're raising your vibrational set point or raising your vibrational set point, you're going to get better back. So that is today's little lesson. This is again the Kybalion by the 3 Initiates. I'm going to do the theory of the principle rather of polarity and rhythm over the next few days. So any questions, post below and please subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you. See you later.